Okay, I want to share. Uh, I want to share the first argument that I realized was a bad argument. Okay, one that I used to really point to. Okay, this message of La Salette that circulates with Sedevacantists and other traditional Catholics. They really point to this message. The one that says Rome will lose the faith and become the seat of the Antichrist. Okay, so I would point to that message and say, hey, this is an approved message of the church. Therefore, this idea that Rome would lose the faith, become the seat of the Antichrist, in other words, a false pope, right? This idea is not contrary to the magisterium because the magisterium approved this message here. So, there we go, right? Well, about 20 years ago, I found out from a friend of mine that that message was actually not the authentic La Salette message. That message came out 30 years after La Salette started to circulate. And the church actually did not approve that message. And eventually, I think it was in 1922, the Pope actually placed that message on the index of forbidden books. So not only was it not approved, but it was officially and authoritatively condemned. Okay, I discovered that. So I had to stop. I had to stop promoting that message. I knew that that was not the authentic message. Okay. A friend of mine actually had a discussion with the priest at one of the CMRI chapels because they were offering a copy of that message in the vestibule, okay, along with some of the other material that argues for Sedevacantism, right? And from what I remember him telling me, the result of that conversation was that the priest actually ended up removing that from the vestibule. Okay, that's not a legitimate message to be pointing to. So there was, one big, one big thing that I used to support my position, and I had to let that go. And over the years, I've seen that message come up, time and time again, by Sedevacantists and other traditional Catholics, continuing to promote this message. Okay, and there is nobody that I know of in the Sedevacantist world or the traditional Catholic world that is calling these people out for promoting a message that is on the index of forbidden books. It's off limits for Catholics. All right. And what I think's happening there is, here we have something that proves what we already know to be true, right? So therefore it's okay to promote it. Okay. Because we know that, I'm speaking for like a Sedevacantist, like we know Rome's lost the faith. We know it's the seat of the Antichrist. So therefore this message just confirms the truth that we already know, right? So somehow that makes it okay. Well, that doesn't make it okay. Doesn't make it okay at all. It's a false argument, and to continue to use that as an argument only serves to discredit your position, because you are not somebody at that point that anybody should listen to. If you're going to use an officially condemned message, okay, to try to support your position, and that's one big thing. I continue to this day. I see that message come up time and time again, and every time I see it, it just it really it aggravates me. Okay. It aggravated me 10 times more when I was a Sedevacantist to see other Sedevacantists using that message. Um, that's attributing words to the Blessed Mother that she never spoke. Okay. And then when you say that this message is approved by the church, you are misrepresenting the church. You are attributing something. Uh, you're attributing an approval of the church on something the church does not approve of, and in fact condemns. To do that knowingly, uh, in my book, that makes I think that's a pretty grave moral sin, and I'm really kind of shocked that that these people have gotten away with this for so long, and nobody's really calling them out for it. I'm going to put some links in the comment section because I don't know how to pin stuff yet. I'm kind of a computer illiterate, but I'm going to put some links in the comment section that will take you to the official condemnation of the church on that message. And that's one argument of mine that I had to let go very early on. So I just wanted to make that point.